Welcome to Real Estate Coaching Radio, starring award-winning real estate coaches and #1 international best-selling authors, Tim and Julie Harris. Real Estate Coaching Radio is the nation's #1 daily radio show for realtors who demand authentic, real-time coaching. Get ready for fluff-free, unfiltered, full-strength honesty about what's truly working to get you into action, helping others, and making money now in today's real estate market. Now to our hosts, Tim and Julie Harris.
So we're going to get right to it. I've got something that I'm really, truly excited about to share with you guys. We've been dropping hints about this new program for a month. Julie, welcome to today's show. Welcome to the event.
Thank you. Great to be here. Yes, always great to share that with you, and I'm excited too.
So we've been talking, Jules and I have been sharing this with you on our podcast, Real Estate Coaching Radio. We've been talking to all of our coaching clients about it. This is something that I truly am excited as hell about because it's what so many of you have been looking for as far as the next natural step in your real estate career. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on where this idea came from, and then I'm going to tell you how you can become a Harris certified coach. So wasn't too long ago that I started noticing everywhere CrossFit gyms. You noticed them in your town, I've noticed in my town, so I was super intrigued. We knew some people that bought CrossFit gym affiliates, licenses, and we saw that these people were becoming successful. I was really seriously interested in the business model, so I started studying it. And what I learned quickly was it's not a franchise model, and that's probably the reason why so many of these people are so successful so fast, because they can allow their entrepreneurial spirits to run free and build their CrossFit gyms around their desires, their passions. And I love that idea of not trying, you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to basically hammer people to do things a certain way. And if you guys have ever been involved in franchises before, at the end of the day, you're working for the franchisor. Even if you own the franchise, you basically are an elaborate employee. I didn't like that. I wouldn't like that personally. Julie, that's not for us. I figured it's not for most of our coaching clients. You guys didn't get real estate licenses to have someone really telling you what to do. I mean, let's just be honest. Outside of a coach, you guys really kind of got into the industry because you maybe even were tired of people telling you what to do. But Julie and I knew the CrossFit business model was fantastic. But we get solicitations, emails from probably, I don't want to exaggerate, but probably 40 to 50 agents a month, just emailing, asking if we would hire them as coaches. And I would say most of the folks that email us would make great coaches, but we just don't have a demand for that many coaches. So here's how my brain works. I saw this incredible opportunity, this incredible business that CrossFit created. And I saw this fact that there's lots of agents that want to be coaches. And I thought, why don't we come out with an affiliate program like CrossFit did and do it for real estate coaching and create a turnkey business model so that agents who are looking for the next natural step in their real estate careers can start coaching companies, because we already knew the demand was there because so many people want to work for us as coaches. We don't need 600 coaches. If you multiply the number of resumes we get per month times 12, we don't even need that many. But I know that there's incredible talent out there. I know that there's a lot of agents that have been in the industry for decades that have so much to offer that if given the right platform, they would just flourish. This would be in tune with our overall mission, which is basically making the industry better, and making the industry better from the agent's perspective. We're not talking about any highfalutin brokerages ideas or technologies or nothing. I'm tired of hearing about that bullshit. So you guys, the industry, the heart and soul of the real estate industry are the boots on the ground, the soldiers on the front lines, and that's real estate agents. So what happens as a real estate agent, as you become successful, you follow a proven path, follow one course until successful. Maybe you're just getting started on your journey. Maybe you've already reached it. You're rich where your money works for you. You no longer work for your money, or you're somewhere in between. But always in your mind is the idea of, what else am I going to do? What else can I do to supplement real estate? Or what else can I do if I didn't want to sell real estate anymore full time? Or what else could I do in addition to selling real estate? Or what happens if I get to the point where I don't necessarily want to, basically, maybe you're in your point where you don't want to sell real estate full time anymore. Maybe you have a health problem, or maybe you want to spend more time with your family. And so coaching, being a real estate coach, would be perfect. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to tell you guys exactly how you guys can become Harris Coach affiliates. I'm going to explain to you, it's probably going to end up taking, this probably will last 45 minutes overall. So I'm going to get into the weeds. I'm going to give you all the particulars. And then what I want you guys to do is go to harriscertifiedcoach.com, harriscertifiedcoach.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page, and you'll see we're still building all the FAQs, but we're adding to the FAQs. But what this is for many of you, I wrote down some notes because sometimes when I'm feeling like I feel today, I start to get off topic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to keep myself focused. And Julie, hopefully you have these notes in front of you as well. So I have some questions for you guys. Are you looking for another income spoke? Are you looking to build another spoke that's not based on transactions, but based on recurring revenue? So what do I mean? Right now, as a real estate practitioner, or frankly, as a broker, you have transactional income. No transactions, no income. Now, here's what's fascinating. The largest businesses in the world, think about this, listeners, are not transactional businesses. They're recurring revenue businesses. The largest businesses in the world are the largest businesses in the world because they make their money off the recurring revenue. Think about that. Let that sit in your head for a second. So I know what it feels like to be a top producing agent, as is my beautiful wife, because we've done it. We've been there, done that. And the thing that we loved about it was we loved the fact that it was our own business. We loved the fact that we could, pursue the business with, essentially there was no limits to how much money we could make. We got better at our craft. We made more money. We helped more people. We accomplished more of our goals. And that's what's addictive about the real estate business. But what sucks about the real estate business is that it's transactional income. So September 11th happens, or there's a recession, or there's a big something that disrupts whatever. Things happen. We've had coaching clients who've gotten laryngitis or broken their leg, and all of a sudden they can't earn money. And that means they're screwed for the, basically a couple months out. That's the great fear of living a transactional lifestyle. And that's what ultimately we're hoping some of you guys see becoming a Harris Certified Coach will cure for you. So here's the questions. Are you looking for another income spoke that's not transactional, that's recurring revenue? Because by recurring revenue, when someone pays their coaching bill every month, you get paid. So you're not just getting paid once, you're getting paid monthly. Is that something that would be of interest to you? I know every one of you are saying yes. Next question I wrote down is, are you hoping to feel like you're making a contribution? And I'll tell you guys, this is something that happened with Julie and I. So we were, we got real estate. We started selling real estate when we were early 20s. We actually bought our first house when we were in college. We sold our first full year as licensed agents. We sold over 100 houses. We got really, I think, arguably way too much attention for it. Covers of magazines, book tour, all this stuff happened when we were in our 20s. It was really overwhelming. It was too much too soon, that's for sure, back then. This was before the internet. So back then, when you were in a magazine cover or things like that, people read it because that's where they got their information. I laugh because it's before the internet, because it's almost kind of funny because so many of you guys listening here don't have any idea what it was like before the internet. But that's aside. So what happened was we got to the point where we started having agents approach us, asking us to coach them. They wouldn't even say coach, they'd say mentor. This was before coaching was really even in the industry. It was Howard Brinton, and Howard made us stars. Some of you guys know us from Howard back from the 90s, and Howard made us stars. And then there we started having more people solicit us to be coaches for them. We said, no, because we really didn't know what it was. Then we started saying yes. And from there, our coaching business took off. Over time, we ended up arguably becoming better coaches than we ever were real estate agents. And now we've been in the coaching business since the late 90s, and we've had, it's really impossible to know how many coaching calls. It's over 1 million. It's just a huge number. We've had literally coached tens of thousands of agents in the country. We have, a proprietary copywritten patented system or patent pending system. So what we do is unlike what anyone else does as far as the coaching business. What we do is a very specific, succinct system that works in all price ranges, and nobody else is selling anything like that as far as coaching. So we created something truly unique, and we created it at a price point that everyone could afford. So when we started putting all these pieces together, the coaching business really took off. And then finally, we felt like, so when we sold real estate, even at a high level, we felt like we were using maybe 20% of what we had to offer. 20% of our intellect, 20% of our ambition, 20% of our, I don't know, we just felt like every single, and this is a conversation that Julie and I actually had. We didn't feel like we were completely leaving it on the field every day. We always felt like we could do more. And that would sometimes manifest in maybe we'd want to take more listings. So we'd get our inventory up to 50 or 60 houses, but that feeling still persisted. So we felt, and I'm sure many of you do too, if you think about it. And if you don't feel this way, it's fine. We're not being judgy. I'm just speaking to those of you who do feel like this. If you feel like you're only using 20% of your capacity and you're not using 80%, what happens is if you start operating at a lower level than what you're able to, you'll lose that 80%. You'll lose your intellect, you'll lose your ambition. We started seeing that happen in ourselves in the 90s. So we started, the Howard Britton thing, and Julie and I were recognized and all the rest of the ego stuff that comes along with it, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because the ego stuff never really appealed to us. We didn't want to be stage monkeys. We didn't want to have people, we didn't want to be junior Tony Robbins. We wanted to really help people. I mean, that's really the heart and soul of our business. And that's the heart and soul of basically becoming a Harris certified coach too. That has to be the beat of your heart, being of service to other people. So we started coaching agents, and then finally, when we started getting good at it, I can remember guys early on, some of our coaching clients back, I laugh because most of them know that they were some of our first coaching clients, but some of our first coaching clients, they're still our coaching clients. We've had some of these coaching clients now for 15 or 20 years. We've grown up with them in essence, because that's truly the truth. And there's nothing more satisfying that I've ever discovered, professionally speaking. I'm not talking personal life. I'm not talking about children or marriage or love or God. I'm talking about professionally speaking. I have never discovered anything that's more fulfilling and satisfying than becoming a great coach. Because when you can see yourself having an impact on somebody's life, it's not just them making money. That's not what great coaching is. When you help somebody not just to make money, but become the person that makes great money, that impact is not just for them and their, the ability to buy stuff, but it impacts their lifestyle, and impacts their kids, and it impacts their clients. When you see yourself having that level of impact on people's lives, trust me when I tell you, you completely change inside yourself. The word's cathartic, where you start feeling like you're really in tune with who you are on the inside. I never felt like that completely selling real estate. And I know, Julie, can you speak to this? I'm quite confident you didn't
I would agree
either.
with that. I remember wondering why after, and we love, of course, helping our real estate clients and prospects and, accomplish their housing goals, of course. But that's also a lot of hard work. It's repetitious. And sometimes you get the feeling that the work itself is not that satisfying despite the money. Now, that's not every minute of every day, or you wouldn't be able to deliver the high level of service that all of you guys are doing. But there is an element of work, still craving something more satisfying. And I would agree with you that coaching gives that to you. And I think there's also an element of, contributing to bringing up the realtor and broker status in the world by doing good for clients and by helping all of them get better. Because, everybody likes to complain that things are difficult and this and that deal went sideways. Well, how are you going to make an impact and make all of that better? One coaching call at a time, one relationship at a time. Of course, you can keep doing your real estate transactions or decide not to. It gives you some freedom. But I think that craving for something more satisfying and a bigger level, a bigger contribution, I would agree with you. You can absolutely attain that as a coach, and it is very fulfilling. I mean, we joke that we live vicariously through our clients. That's somewhat true. Your victories are our victories, and we really feel like we're helping move the ball forward. So I'd agree with that.
So the questions that I wrote down, and these are thoughts for you guys to have, maybe not necessarily questions, maybe saying it's a question is not the right word, but are you looking for the next natural step in your career? Are you looking for something that's next? Or are you looking for something? So when you coach and you sell real estate, you get a hell of a lot better at selling real estate, because it's literally impossible for you to basically ask a coaching client to do something that you're not doing. So if you're looking for basically what is the next natural step, or if you're looking for what might come after real estate, or might look for some way for you to basically retire if you came to the industry late and you don't have any savings or whatnot, coaching is probably going to be one of the easiest ways for you to do that. You're going to be able to leverage probably the advice you're already giving for free. And let's just cut through the bullshit. There is a lot of prestige and feeling of accomplishment, feeling of recognition, acknowledgement, being seen as a leader that comes from being a coach. Now, there's a lot of people out there that call themselves coaches, but they don't have any clients. They have no affiliations. They have no education, nothing. I see agents all the time calling themselves coaches, and I don't even ask them what it means, but I know what it means. It means that they do an office presentation. The word coach has basically been bastardized, truthfully, and so it has no meaning to a lot of people. But if you're a Harris certified coach, and we're going to tell you what you get for that, There's real training. There's a real test. There's real content. There are real standards. So that brand of being a Harris certified coach is going to matter. Does matter, obviously, considering the size of our own coaching organization. So are you hoping you can feel like you're making a contribution? Are you ready for the next step? I know a lot of you guys are. So here's a thought I have for you. A lot of people want to know, or they're sort of like, they have an idea that they want to be coaches. I mean, based purely on the resumes we get every month. So what's the lifestyle of a coach? And I'm going to kind of cut through this with you guys. So professional speaking, coaching combined with real estate sales. I'm reading here, but this is some notes Julie and I wrote down. Focusing on listings, not buyers, is probably the closest you'll get to balance. Professionally speaking, so I don't know what you mean by all this jibber jabber here, Julie, but so here's what it's like. Basically, you'll have a coaching schedule. This is if you choose to coach. And what we're going to do is recreate the Harris Affiliate Coach idea around, some of you will want to just sell coaching. Some of you will want to sell and have personal coaching clients. Some of you will be nervous about selling, but we're going to tell you how to do it. And basically you can you leverage the relationships you already have to sell coaching. And so what coaching does and what recurring revenue does is it gives you freedom from the tyranny of transactional revenue. That's ultimately financially what the upside is. And the personal fulfillment from doing it is incredible. Now, office managers, this is perfect for office managers. This is perfect for brokers. As a broker, here's an idea I had. This, I think, was a no-brainer. So we have a lot of brokers that are listening. Yesterday, Julie, did I tell you we had 140,000 listens yesterday? Did I tell you that? Yeah. So here's the idea for all of you brokers. You guys have brokers. Now, if you're an office manager working for a broker, stop listening now. Okay. So here's the idea. Brokers, well, I guess of office managers too, team leaders, whatever you guys call yourselves, become a Harris certified coach. You already are doing training in your office. You already are doing, free this and free the other thing for your agents, right? They just basically fleece you for information at 24/7. Here's what I want you to consider doing. Become a Harris certified coach. We'll give you presentations, educational seminars, half-hour events, hour-long events, whatever you want to do. We're going to teach you how to do webinars. We're going to teach you how to teach basically at the highest level, real estate skills, mindset stuff, all the things that you need to do to be a great coach. And then what's going to happen is a lot of those folks are going to want to join the Premier Coaching Program. When they join the coaching program, you get paid, and you get paid off the recurring revenue that those sales generate. So I'll give you a real, for example, this is the thought I had for brokers and office managers and whatnot. As a broker, you can have your office manager be the certified coach. They do weekly trainings. On average, if you have 50 agents that show up for a weekly training, maybe you do monthly trainings, and let's say you have a decent sized brokerage and you get 75 agents to show up. On average, every time you have agents show up, you probably will have at least 25 or 30 that will join at least the Premier Coaching Program. And here's all you'll have to do. You have, let's say you do an office event, you have 50 or 75 agents show up. As a broker, you can even make the training mandatory. You're going to have your office manager or your dedicated trainer or your dedicated Harris certified coach in your office do the presentation. Then let's say, for example, if you have, I'll keep the math easy because I was an English major and I can't do math in my head that fast. So let's say you had 50 agents show up, and let's say half of them end up signing up for Premier Coaching. So 25 times 3 is $75,000 in revenue just from that one event. You'll receive, as a Harris certified coach, 70% of that revenue recurring minus the fees that are associated with whatever, the transaction. Because, if they're paying with credit cards, there's going to be bank fees and all that. Now, do you have to sell them? Do you have to get them to sign contracts? No. Here's all you have to do. When you're doing an event, when you're doing a training event, when we're going to tell you what to, maybe it's on DISC, maybe it's on the listing presentation, whatever it is, we'll give you the Harris certified coaches are going to get full training on how to train. And our training's fun. It's, people are going to want to attend, and you're going to want to present the material because it's going to be exciting for you to do it. You're going to be in front of a group of agents. You're going to be telling them compelling information. You're going to have fun doing it. You're going to feel proud of yourself. And then at the end of the event, half hour in your office, you'll tell them, they'll know ahead of time that you're a Harris certified coach. Ask them how many of them in the room would like a free coaching call with one of our new member coaches. At least half the hands in the room will go up. And all I want you to do is gather that information and you send it to our sales manager. And the sales manager will tag every one of those agents' names with your code. And then our sales team calls those agents and gives them a free coaching call, answers any questions they might have about Premier Coaching. And the ones that sign up will end up basically, you will get paid on those sales. So a lot of you, I know we started talking about this a couple weeks ago. Some of you guys were apprehensive because you were worried about selling. I don't want you to sell. You don't have to sell. All you have to do is present. And when you present, which again, now let's say you don't want to do events. I get it. Maybe you don't want to be in front of a group of people. That's fine too. How many agents do you talk to every single day that are calling you and just per week asking you for advice? Why don't you, after giving them advice, ask them if they'd be interested in becoming a Premier Coaching member of Harris Coaching? And I bet you 50% of them say yes. You turn those over to us with your affiliate code. Our sales team calls them, and boom. If they buy, you guys get paid. So the fear that some of you guys had about selling coaching, you don't have to sell coaching. All we want you to do is talk about the fact they're a Harris certified coach, and we'll do the heavy lifting for you. Now, Julie, anything I'm missing? I know I'm going kind of fast.
No, I mean, what I was thinking about is how many times we hear from agents that one of their biggest time depletions is what? Helping other agents. Agents pop by your office, whether you're a team leader, a broker, an office manager, a really strong solo agent. You're spending time with people, coaching them. You just don't realize it. So how much better would you feel about that time you're spending if there was a way for you to actually be paid for that time, which you're already spending? Now, if you wanted to take it to the next level, as you mentioned, Tim, we can show them how to do enhanced office meetings, trainings, other, stuff like that. And of course, we're providing the training on how to do that, as well as all the content. You don't have to come up with anything. So I think there's a lot of freedom to decide how you want to run with us. But I think you make a really good point that many of them are doing this already. They're just not being paid for their time.
So you guys can generate the leads however you want to. You can do it. We're going to show you how. I'm skipping around here, but the gist of it is the lifestyle is really what I want you guys to consider. I mean, as a Harris certified coach, you could set yourself up to just work amongst maybe 3 or 4 brokerages in your immediate area. And you could go there once a month. So let's say there's 4 brokerages, you go visit them once a month. Same, second week of every month, you're going and giving a presentation on how to become a killer listing agent to, ABC brokerage. And then the third week, you're going to CBS brokerage. Now, again, if you don't want to do live events, that's fine too. If you just want to be an office manager or a broker, here's the idea. I mean, if, as an office manager, maybe you share the revenue from the recurring revenue, you share the money with the owner of the brokerage. You guys get what I'm getting at here? So there's a lot of ways that you can cover your existing overhead from your staff through coaching revenue, and we do all the heavy lifting for you. You do not have to have a merchant account. You do not have to have a website. You do not have to have anything. We do it all for you. As a Harris certified coach, you guys just have to do what you're already doing for free, and then just ask people if they'd like free coaching calls. And if they would, we take it from there. You guys get it? So we figured out all the kinks. You don't have to worry about having a merchant account. Now, we do want you to name your coaching organization. It has to be that you're a Harris certified coach, but then like maybe Harris certified coach Austin or Harris certified coach, it could be your name. You have to get approval of the name from us so we make sure that's not conflicting with anyone else's affiliate license, but that's the way it's going to work. So really what I want you to think about is I want you to think about if you're considering what the next natural step is for your real estate career, doesn't it make sense to leverage all the information, the experience you've already got in your head and share it with other agents? Well, do it in an organized way, do it in a way that you're going to get paid recurring, and then you've created a real solid income spoke for you. Office managers, brokers, this is a no-brainer for you. Individual agents that are looking like we were back, forever ago, you're looking for something that's going to be more challenging and frankly more fulfilling than selling real estate. At least it was for us. Again, I know this isn't for everybody. Some of you guys, love real estate. It checks all the boxes for you. It didn't for us. I don't know why it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. And then I know for a lot of you, it doesn't either. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting 500 to 600 resumes per year, people asking for coaching jobs. So we can't be alone in feeling that way. So this is how it works. And this is the answer a lot of you guys have been looking for. So we're going to do, based on the feedback from today's event, we're going to be doing some more question and answer type events about this topic. I know this is going to be something a lot of people are interested in. I know we just gave you kind of a brief overview of what it is. You have to go to harriscertifiedcoach.com and all the FAQs are answered at the bottom. There, you do have to pay for training. You do have to renew your license every year. You are going to have to pass a test. You don't, the training is 6 months with, basically, but you have, after that, you have a lifetime access to the material because we want you to have the material. Oh, I just thought of something. Some of you are going to want to have private clients. Some of you are going to want to have your own one-on-one clients, and you can. And basically on those deals, we revenue share on those as well. Some of you are going to ask, are we ever going to send you referrals of people who want to be coached? The answer is maybe, but don't build your revenue expectations based on us sending you clients. Here's the thing that will happen. This is how it naturally happens. You'll have a bunch of people sign up for Premier Coaching. Let's just say you're going to do a webinar. We'll show you how to do a webinar. Let's say you're going to do a conference call and you're going to give them a 7-step listing process. We'll give you the material. We'll tell you how to present it. You can listen to Julie and I doing the presentations. We've done all this before, right? You can listen to us doing it. You just copy us. You'll have agents that'll be thanking you. They'll love the information. All of our information is unique and copywritten and all the rest of that's the reason hundreds of thousands of you guys listen to us every month. So what then's going to happen is the end of the event, however you're going to do it, in person, webinar, conference call, it doesn't matter. You're just going to say, how many of you guys would like a free coaching call with a new member coach? Can you see how naturally, after you've given these guys so much powerful information, that they're all going to say, I'd be interested in a free coaching call? Well, boom, there you go. You turn those over to us, and then we do all the selling. We do the collecting. We do the everything. We do all the stuff that you guys don't want to do. All you have to do is do what you're already doing with a little, with a higher level of professionalism, with better content and a more organized approach. And then you make the money recurring. You will literally get a wire transfer or a check from our organization every single month for every single person that's paying. For every single month, single month that they're paying for the life of their contract. You guys get it? This isn't just a one-time thing. So if someone signs up for Premier Coaching for $3,000, and let's just say that they decide to pay for it all at once, you get 70% of that. And all you had to do was a half-hour presentation and turn that lead over to us. I'm not oversimplifying it, guys. It really is that easy for you because we, right? I mean, if someone had told us about this back in '98 when we were starting coaching, I'd been like, what? Of course. Hell yeah, I'll do it.
Think of the time and effort we would have saved from creating the merchant services, the customer service, all of the content, the website, and everything else. So
you guys
I think it's a great choice.
No one listening will ever do what we had to do to get to where we are, ever. I would not have done what we had to do to create what we've created. I wouldn't have done it. If you would have told me, had we known, we wouldn't have done it. It was so freaking much work.
No way.
To build what we have literally thousands of pages of copywritten original content. We have a best-selling book, hundreds of, testimonial. You guys are going to get the benefit of all of that. You're going to ride on the coattails that we've created over our careers as a Harris certified coach. Okay, Tim, I don't need to be a Harris certified coach. I can just be a normal coach. Well, how are you going to differentiate yourself in the marketplace? You don't even have an ability. You don't have a contract. You don't have a merchant services account. You might be able to get 2 or 3 clients, but they're going to cancel because you have no material, you have no content, you have no scripts, you have no copywritten listing presentation. You have to create all of that. It will take you decades. And even then, you probably won't even be halfway. So we have the advantage, guys, because we've had so many incredible mentors in our lives back in the 90s, because we've been in this industry for 2 decades. You get the benefit of all of that by being a Harris certified coach. So, look, not for everyone, I get that. And don't be offended if we're talking about the coaching business and this is supposed to be a podcast for, agents to learn how to make money. I get all that. And this is definitely a turn in a different direction. But from our perspective, and just being honest with you guys, Julie and I are in our middle to late 40s right now, and we're thinking about how we're going to have the biggest positive impact on this industry. That's what we think about. We're going to write more books. We've got another one coming out in, let's see, what month is it? In 7 months. We're going to do a book tour. There'll be another book after that. We're going to keep on doing what we do on the podcast. We're going to do the best we can to help individual agents. But there is nothing that we could ever bring to the industry that would be as beneficial long-term than having 100 certified coaches or 500 certified coaches all over the country, all over the world. There's nothing that we could do better than having a bunch of, coaching disciples out there spreading the word and helping other agents realize what a blessing this business is. A lot of you guys get that. You understand that. That's what our mission is. And this is an opportunity for us to expand what our true mission is in this industry to take care of agents, because guys, nobody else does. Nobody else has got your backs. Everyone else is, if you think about it, if you look out there for other information, they're all talking to the benefit of tech companies or big brokerages. Who else is out there that's actually have your backs? Who else is out there that's telling you when things are bullshit, when they're bullshit? I don't know about anybody. At this point in our careers, guys, we don't have to allow ourselves to be compromised by some big company who just wants access to all of our podcast listeners. It's the reason that we are incredibly selective on who we allow to sponsor the podcast, because I don't want to be beholden to them. This becoming a Harris certified coach is or isn't the next step for you. I want you to explore it, though. I want you to look into it. I want you to ask yourself if it's time for you to start using 100% of what you have to offer, or are you just happy using the 80%? Hell, maybe your ratio is 50-50. Maybe you feel like, I'm just being 50% lazy and I'm working 50% of my capacity. Or maybe you're saying, you know what? I realize that real estate, I'm selling houses, I'm making lots of money, but I'm only using 10% of what I have to offer to the world. That burden of not contributing everything that you can is what makes some of you guys feel burned out, because you don't feel professionally fulfilled. That's how we felt. I promise you, professionally speaking, I cannot think of anything more magical, spiritual, fulfilling than being a fantastic coach, helping somebody solve problems, without getting emotional, I can tell you guys stories of coaching clients that Julie and I personally coached for 3 years, 5 years, 6 months, 10 years. And we've known them as they've grown up in the industry. Some of them out there in their 20s, now they're in their 30s. And when we see them, they're like family. They're like family. I want you guys to have that experience too. So go to harriscertifiedcoach.com and decide if it's for you. Scroll to the bottom, look at the FAQs. And if you have any questions, email me directly, tim@timandjulieharris.com or julie@timandjulieharris.com. So here's the bottom line. We're going to have the initial batch. It's going to be our core group of 50 certified coaches. We're hoping to have 50 certified coaches become, basically sign up for certification. We're going to start the actual first certification program class in probably about 3 weeks. So at 50, we're going to limit, that's it, no more than 50. And then we're probably going to open the program up again, probably in 60 to 90 days from now. We're not just going to keep on opening it, because we need to have the initial 50 in the process, learning. And I really so if you've been with us for a long time, you probably know our content really well. If you're a Premier coaching member or one of our, VIP or Plus coaching members, you probably don't need to wait to become certified. You can probably just take the test and pass it. And I know a lot of you know the content that well, and you can start basically making money from this right away. So don't think you have to wait to take the test. You don't have to, but go to harriscertifiedcoach.com. And hey guys, listen, this is something I'm truly excited about. I know you can sense that in us. This is something that will change your lives in a more profound way than, professionally speaking here, because I'm not going to suggest this is going to be more profound than your family or God or anything like that. But professionally speaking, this will change your life in a more positively profound way than anything that I've discovered, that's for sure, because you're going to be directly influencing, as Julie was alluding to, the next generation of real estate folks. And the deepest, most core level, you're going to be fulfilled knowing that you, every single day at the end of the day, truly were of service to somebody or somebody's or many somebody's. That's a pretty magical thing. So go to harriscertifiedcoach.com. We're going to do probably on upcoming podcasts, we're going to do 2 or 3 more shows on this, just because I know I'm going to get a lot of questions from this. So, so if you have any questions, just email them directly to me. Hopefully you've got them answered on the FAQ section. Do me a favor and go to harriscertifiedcoach.com and scroll the FAQs. And if there's any that aren't answered, if we hadn't thought of them, please just email me directly, tim@timandjulieharris.com, and we'll update it. And there you go. So it is or isn't. You guys have to decide if it's for you. harriscertifiedcoach.com. Email me directly, tim@timandjulieharris.com or julie@timandjulieharris.com. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you on the show tomorrow.
This program has been a presentation by Tim and Julie Harris, Real Estate Coaching. For more information on our real estate coaching and training programs, visit our website at timandjulieharris.com. Remember to tune in weekdays at noon for upcoming shows. And until next time, thank you for listening to Real Estate Coaching Radio with Tim and Julie Harris.